Good morning, Shiksha, and good morning to our viewers, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you so much for joining us at this hour where we shall begin briefing you on exactly what's happening around you. My name is Samuel Njoroge and she is
Shiksha Aurora. All right, thank you for tuning in. Of course, it's a new morning, a brand new show. So in case you're wondering what's happening today, well, just sit back and relax because we've got a very interesting lineup of events that we'll be covering right here on hashtag K24 Daily Brief. Remember, you can interact with us on social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook with the hashtag K24 Daily Brief. So get in touch with us. Tell us your thoughts on the various things that we'll be discussing later on.
We do appreciate your thoughts. Key among them, I was accused yesterday, Shiksha, of not having given you much attention online. So we shall be sampling your feedback as far as that is concerned. And I promise you, today you will be getting a little bit more attention from me today. Is that cool?
I'm glad.
Right, absolutely. But for now, let's begin by letting you know exactly what are some of the issues that we shall be giving priority to right here at K24 TV. Some of these stories have already begun taking their life cycles as news items, and starting us off is the ongoing 2019 population and housing census that kicked off over the weekend and is expected to end on the 31st of this month. Now, so many issues have come forth in as far as this particular exercise is concerned. Key among them a hashtag that has been trending the better part of yesterday, and it is all informed by allegations that some certain chiefs have been inflating the numbers and giving wrong information. And of course, in the course of the show, we shall be interacting with that event in depth and understanding some of the provisions given by the Statistics Act of 2004 that actually criminalizes anything that is related to giving falseful information with the ongoing 2019 population and housing census. Now, also today, a milestone is being celebrated right here in the country. Now, at the Kenyatta National Hospital, we shall be crossing over there at around 11 a.m. A baby was delivered weighing, listen to this, 400 grams. And that particular institution, courtesy of the expertise of doctors, has been able to nurse this baby to term, weighing proper weight. And this particular morning, this particular baby will be released. He was born on the 1st of April, weighing 400 grams. And our reporter, Brenda Cheruyot, is already headed to the Kenyatta National Hospital. And in the course of the show, will be telling us exactly what will be coming forth from the Kenyatta National Hospital. Now, also happening today is the ongoing mediation talks around the Division of Revenue Bill 2019-2020. Now, this particular event is informed by a directive by the Supreme Court that was given to both houses of Parliament, that is the National Assembly and the Senate, that they should do their job and ensure that this particular issue is concluded within a proper time frame. Remember, as per the law, 30 days is usually allocated to Parliament to resolve any stalemate around the Division of Revenue Bill. And this morning we've got the 18-member committee, 9 members from the National Assembly and 9 members from the Senate, having this particular mediation talks ongoing. So this is still a story that we shall be focusing on, courtesy of our reporter Caleb Rotemo. We also have committees that will be sitting in the National Assembly today. Key among them will be the Education Committee that will be listening in to Honorable Sabina Shege as she makes a case for the proposals she made for the education bill. So that will be quite interesting to listen to. And even talking about education matters, we also have Joyce Emanikor, that is Member of Parliament, Honorable Joyce Emanikor, give details to the amendments she has proposed to the KICD bill, or better yet, the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development bill. So we shall be getting to understand more in as far as this is concerned. Remember, the nation has seen itself under a vibrant conversation around education for the better part of this year, courtesy of the rollout of the competency-based curriculum. And as per experts and stakeholders in the education sector, they have argued out that a lot of amendments need to be made in policy and in law to ensure that this particular project is able to kick off in earnest. We also expect the divorce case where we've got Meru Senator, that is Mithika Linturi, together with Mary Keitani to be ongoing today from the courts, and that is definitely yet another story that we shall be interacting with right here on the show. But that is not all that we shall be looking into today. We are also calling up on you to send in your feedback to the hashtag K24 Daily Brief online at K24 TV, and we've got Shiksha Arora who's already standing by to begin sampling what you're currently saying, not only on that hashtag but on other hashtags that are currently informing, you know, banter online. Shiksha.
All right, of course. So yes, getting right into it. Now, this is what's trending. There's a couple of hashtags that have taken Twitter by storm, and starting off with the first one, that is, of course, Moral Cop, who has struck yet again. Now, he's known as Ezekiel Mutua, and he's banned playing of Tetema and Wamlambe's songs in public, saying they are pure pornography. And of course, according to Dr. Mutua, the CEO of the Kenya Film Classification Board, the song Tetema and Wamlambes by Tanzanian singers, that's Rayvanny and Diamond Platinums, and the Sailors respectively, can only be played in nightclubs and bars where the audience is strictly adult. Now, taking a look at what's trending with regard to this hashtag, that's hashtag Ezekiel Mutua as well as hashtag Tetema, let's take a look at the tweets that you have been actually giving out on Twitter. That's Patrice Akoya, who says, I want to say that His Excellency Governor Otichilo is doing a great job in building Vihiga County. Well, I feel like that is not the correct tweet, so let's take a look at the next one to see if they've come in yet. No, this is still not related to that. Well, we'll take a look at Twitter. Here we go. Hillary Kibet, who says, hashtag K24 this morning, by-elections of Kibra Zikoza confused. Someone must be behind the troubles. Once again, I'm not too sure if that is the right one, but yes, taking a look at the next one, that it says, youths must, there we go. Finally, here we go. Youths must not just gain popularity by singing vulgar. The content is too explicit and harmful for children, hindering moral culture. So yes, this is something that has been said again and again regarding some of these songs. And by the way, these two are not the only songs that have been banned this year. Of course, we've seen a couple of other songs that were banned, including Takataka by Alvindo and Kwangwadu by Diamond Platinums. So yes, to join these two on the same boat, we also now have two other songs. So that's at Ngukumu, at Ngukumbute. There we go. Kenyans love the words, not acting the song. At this rate, Mutua will ban songs of Solomon. Interesting. Moving on, we've got at Akinyi K, who says, we used to sing along to Manya K as kids, and here we are, functional adults. The government should let youths prosper. Now, you know, this topic has been debated time and again, and of course regarding the songs, well, people say that they should let the youth prosper in terms of creating employment, let them do what they do best, which is sing songs that attract millennials, that attract the youth, and of course create this culture of urban vibes. And moving on to the next tweet, that says at Kilu Deti, who says, all right, taking on to the next one, that's at Alois_Makoya, who says, how do you ban something that we long turned into a hymn? Right, this debate again is something that I've seen a couple of times. This song has actually turned into an international anthem. I'm talking about Wamlambes. We've seen international artists like Christina Milan. We've also seen Jamie Foxx, who's also said this on his social media platforms. Now, every single time that this word is said, it seems like it's not just a local phenomenon, it's moved on to the international boundaries as well, and that's something that we've seen over the past year. Moving on, at Adams Nganga, who said he should ban the Kikuyu Samido song Ihuha. I'll ask Samuel if I said and pronounced that the right way. Moving on, at Mitch Mugo, who says we know Nairobi River is choking. Now this is in line with the next hashtag that has been trending, that is hashtag Nairobi River on Twitter yesterday. Of course, this is in line with the companies that have been banned for discharging industrial waste. Now NEMA has established 102 waste points, and of course that have been really discharging toxic waste into Nairobi River, polluting it uncontrollably. So we've seen this discussion time and again, and now it's back, it's been trending. And let's see a couple of tweets that have been going viral on social media. That's at Mitch Mugo, who says, "We know Nairobi River is choking from sewage from the slums and something should be done soon." And soon indeed it has come to our attention. We'll be moving on to the next one. That is at Simkar, who says, "Polluting Nairobi River does not give the through pass just because we are against monopolies." Interesting. So yes, we'll keep sampling some of your tweets on our social media handles. That's at K24 TV. Hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. Do interact with us. We're also going to be sampling the local news stories that have been making headlines later on. For now, Samuel.
Right, and you've done a good job, especially on that Samido song. I'll let you know whether you actually pronounced it right.
What is the second word?
Ihoha.
Ehoha.
No. Okay, we can't do this right now, but
I tried.
We will definitely. Yes, you've tried, but we're going to be revisiting that in the course of this show. But for now, let's take a look at the highlights of the hour right about now. And we begin coverage of the stories from across the regions right about now by bringing in our reporter Fred Kai, who joins us live from Mombasa County with an update from this particular region. Good morning, Fred, and thank you so much for joining us right about now. Kindly bring us up to speed with what's happening in Mombasa.
Shukra sana Sam, na niko katika mkahawa moja hapa Mombasa, na ni kwamba mkahawa huu basi leo unaweza kuhost the 58th Upfront Governors Council, ambao tuseme ni meeting ambayo inaweza kujumuisha mamlaka ya mawasiliano nchini Kenya, na wako hapa basi kwa kongamano hili la 58, na wataweza kuongelea tu mambo kadha wa kadha, yakiwemo basi masuala mazima ya kuhusu mawasiliano nchini Kenya. Na moja kwa moja basi tuweze kujumuika naye Assistant Director wa Communication ili aweze kutufahamisha fika ni yapi yatajiri katika kongamano hili la hivi leo. Pengine kama unaweza kusongea karibu na mimi hapa, tuanze tu na majina yako, uitwa nani, na tuambie tu ni yapi leo mtaweza kuangazia leo.
Jina langu ni Rachel Alwala, nafanya katika mamlaka ya mawasiliano kwa kazi ya Assistant Director Communication and External Affairs. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa kama member state wa Afralti, na Afralti ni jina la kifupi, lakini kwa urefu ni African Advanced Level Telecommunication Institute, ambayo iko hapa Kenya. So niseme ni kama headquarter ya Afralti ni hapa Kenya. Kenya ni host country. Afralti iko na member states wa 9, kama naweza kutajia haraka haraka. Kuna Kenya, kuna Tanzania, kuna Mozambique, kuna Uganda, kuna Eswatini, the Kingdom of Eswatini, kuna Zimbabwe, kuna Malawi, na pia kuna Zambia. Hizo ni nchi ambazo ni members za Afralti. Na Afralti ni training institute ambayo imekuwa established kupeana training in the area of ICT specifically.
Na pengine tuseme ni mambo yapi ambayo mtaweza kujadiliana hii leo katika kongamano hili?
Niseme hivi kwamba kumekuwa na committee meetings ambazo zimekuwa zikikutana, na hizo committee sasa zitapresent reports zao kwa Governing Council today. Governing Council ni kama board members ambao wanajadiliana kwa mambo kadha kadha kuhusu Afralty. Vitu vingine ambazo wataelezea ni kama issues to do with academic affairs, because Afralty is typically a training institution, and their mandate is to build ICT capacity in the region, specifically English-speaking countries in Africa, because there's a French-speaking organization in the West. So they deliver academic programs that are geared for building capacity in ICT. So the discussions today will be looking at what programs, what is the strategic direction that Afralty should take with respect to training in this region, what are the needs of the member states, and how can Afralty position itself to be able to deliver this training to member states. But the Governing Council also looks at other affairs like human resource for the institution, the staffing, and other issues that affect staff. They also look at the legal issues and the governance of the institute itself. So they'll be looking at documents that speak to policies, if there are amendments that need to be made, what those amendments, and then the Governing Council ratifies those amendments. At the same time, they also look at their strategic plan, and typically the Governing Council meets twice in a year. So in this case, this is the second meeting of the year. They meet around February and in August. And they will be looking at the strategic direction, looking at the plan, are they on track or not, and giving advice on how the management can progress to enable Afralty do its work well.
Na pengine ukiongelea swala zima la Afralty katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, hususan pengine ukileta jimbo hili la Pwani, je, mmeweza kufikia katika majimbo mangapi katika kaunti katika nchi yetu ya Kenya?
Siwezi kusema Afralty imekuwa ikitembea katika majimbo, because unajua mandate yake ni 9 countries. So wakija Kenya wako na training institute in Nairobi. The campus is in Nairobi on Wayaki Way. So most of the trainings take place on the campus in Afralty. But they can also decide to have different locations. I know here in Mombasa they have been here to undertake trainings, even for the national addressing system that is being set up. They have done training on child online protection. They have done training on contract management and things like that in different parts of Kenya. But usually it's just in terms of location and not necessarily going to train the counties, because their jurisdiction is really regional, not national, and they are not obliged to go to train a county. But if the county has a need, Afralty is there to provide that training.
Shukrani sana kwa muda wako. Na Sam, umeweza kusikia kutoka kwa afisa mkuu kutoka kwa mamlaka ya mawasiliano nchini Kenya, na ni kwamba wanaweza kuweza kuleta mikakati ya kuona kwamba wahusika katika nchi hizi zetu za Afrika basi wanaweza kupata masomo kuhusu masuala ya utandawazi ama ICT, na kuweza kuona kwamba vijana wanaweza kupata masomo haya na kuweza kujiendeleza kimaisha. Tutaweza kukaa hapa tuone ni yapi atajadiliwa katika kongamano hili, manake pia tunaarifiwa kwamba mkurugenzi mkuu wa CA ataweza kujumuika nao na kuweza kuona ni yapi watajadiliana. Kutoka hapo pia tutaweza kuongea naye kuona ni vipi ama ni mambo yapi wataweza kutuelezea, na kuona kwamba mamlaka haya basi yanaweza kusonga mbele bila tashwishi yoyote. Kutoka hapa na kuregesha kwa studio, Sam na Shiksha.
Thank you so much, Fred Kai, for that update live from Mombasa. It's a telecommunications conference that is currently ongoing at this particular venue. And of course, some of the issues that are being raised is the need to integrate Africa as a whole when it comes to communications infrastructure. And we'll find that the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, together with the Chair of the Communications Authority of Kenya, that is Mr. Ngene Gituku, will be making with this particular event, so we shall be interacting with it right here at K24 TV. Now, we also need to move on to other stories of the day, where at such a time as this 9 years ago, Kenya was still trapped within the hype of promulgating the 2010 Constitution. And 9 years later, a critical question is being raised whether there is actually any need to amend this document, and if so, what would be the priority areas. And we're now joined by our reporter Wahu Ngoge from Nyeri County, and she'll be briefing us on this as well as a host of other issues. Thank you so much for joining us, Wahu. Kindly bring us up to speed with the update you have on this particular issue.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. It's a good morning in Nyeri town, and actually, as you've said, we're trying to look into what the Constitution, like you've said, it's been 9 years since the Constitution was changed, and actually it was whatever. So, Sam, we just want to listen into what the residents of Nyeri town, what their idea is. Can this Constitution be changed? Would they even want it to be amended? Actually, bearing in mind that today, Sam, as I had told you yesterday, the Punguza Mizigo initiative will be around. And actually, just want to listen into what they have to say. I'll start with a man who is Niami. Pengine uanze na jina yako. Alafu tuambie imekuwa miaka 9 kutoka ile wakati Constitution iliundwa. Pengine kuna mahali unaweza taka ibadilishwe. Na kama kuna mahali unaweza taka ibadilishwe, ni kwa nini, kabla nikuulize swali lingine?
Kwa majina yangu mimi naitwa Francis Kang'ethe. Mimi ni mkaanji wa Nyeri. Kusema kweli, katiba yetu tunaona iko na matatizo, na sisi tunaona ni kwamba ni vizuri ibadilishwe. Na mali mimi ningependelea sana ibadilishwe ni kuwa hawa, kama tuko na MPs, tunaona ni wengi sana katika nchi, na wanachukua pesa nyingi sana kulipwa mishahara yao. Kuna mama wa county, kuna tena governors. Mimi kwangu ningependelea county siwe 47, siwe 8 kama pale mbeleni. Kitu ya pili ningetaka ningetaka tubadilishe MP awe MCA, na Senate hiyo ndio sasa inatengeneza na sheria ya Kenya. Hiyo ndio ningetaka mimi.
Sawa, na pengine niongee na wewe. Pengine unaweza penda katiba ibadilishwe wapi kwa sahihi miaka 9 kutoka wakati ambapo ilipoundwa? Pengine kuna mahali unaweza pendekeza ikiwe kibadilishwa, ama kuna maoni yako ni yapi ukiwa sasa ni miaka 9?
Okay, kwa majina yangu naitwa Bobarienye. Mimi ningetaka hii katiba ibadilishwe. Kwanza tuondoe viti za women rep, magavana wapuguzwe, kwa sababu hata hakuna kitu magavana wanatufanyia hii Kenya. Magavana tu ni kukula tu pesa. Mimi pagu naweza hiyo katiba ibadilishwe, beta turudi ile ya kitabo, ile tulikuwa tunajua tuko na PC. Sasa mtu kama gavana wa Itito ni kukula tu, wengine huku ni kukula. Mimi hakuna kitu naona wanafanya salama, hii katiba ibadilishwe.
Pengine kurokota kwa huku leo na amekuja na ile initiative yake ya punguza mizigo. Pengine wewe unaonaje?
Mimi kwa hiyo ya kupunguza mizigo iko mzuri, lakini kuna vipengee sielewi. Mali tu naelewa ni hapa pa kupunguza rais akuwe na miaka 7 instead ya kwenda miaka 10. Rais anaenda miaka 7 kwa sababu unaona hata Uhuru serikali yake imekula pesa miaka 5 ya kwanza, lakini sasa amefanya kazi miaka 5 ya mwisho. Sasa kama angekuwa amepewa 7 years, hakuna pesa zingepotea, haki angetufanyia kazi.
Sawa, asante baba. Na pengine niongee na wewe alafu niongee na huyu. Ni miaka 9 vile nimeuliza wengine kutoka katiba itengenezwe. Pengine wewe kuna mahali ungependekeza ikiwe kibadilishwa, ama wewe umetosheka na vile katiba iko?
Mimi sijatosheka na vile katiba iko ya sasa, kwa sababu ile katiba ilikuwa mzee, tulikuwa tunaona kama ilikuwa inatusaidia. Lakini wakati tulibadilisha katiba ikaja hii mpya, walitengeneza viti mingi sana ya kuwakilisha wananchi, ikiwemo ni ya magavana, maseneta na MCA. Sana na hii ya women rep, hizo viti ni mingi sana. Tungetaka ipunguzwe, kuwe na rais anaenda miaka 7.
Mama tu hapa tutaongea na wewe dakika 2. Well, Sam, I understand that I have to get this back to studio. Sasa kutoka pangu hadi pako, I'll talk to you later in a few.
Kutoka kwako hadi kwangu, and we appreciate what you've been able to do right there in Nyeri County. Will there be any need to amend the 2010 Constitution? Of course, this day we have Third Way Alliance table the Punguza Mizigo Bill before the County Assembly of Nyeri, so definitely a story we shall be following up for you right here on the show. But for now, it's time to take a break. We return with much more in just a moment.